My General Electric air conditioner AHACE 12 DCBM1 trips the cord breaker. I can only reset it when unplugged, and immediately when I plug it in, it trips again. I have a multimeter, so if you need me to check anything I can do it. I unplugged the AC/heater and left it unplugged for a while. When I came back, the heater started without tripping the breaker and ran for a short while, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, before faulting again.
Is it an actual breaker or a GFCI on the cord? 1. Can you plug in the cord with all switches off, and reset the GFCI/breaker on the cord? 2. If so, can you run the AC side and the GFCI/breaker hold without tripping?
It is the GFCI breaker on the cord. Even with the AC/heater in the off position, the GFCI still trips when I plug it in. Last night, after I had the cord unplugged, the heater worked for about 10 to 15 minutes without tripping again. But now it trips every time. As far as I can tell, the fuse on the control board is intact.
Thanks. You sounded like you had the cabinet open and access to the end of the cord. Can you disconnect the black wire from the cord to the connection inside the cabinet? Then see if it will reset with the wire disconnected.
I did. With the black disconnected and the white still connected to the capacitor, the GFCI still trips. With both black and white disconnected, it does not trip, which leads me to believe there is no short in the cord itself.
Well, I do believe the GFCI on the cord is bad. They sell replacements at all the big building supply stores like HD and Lowe's. GFCI work on an equal balance. The power flows out the black wire and returns on the white. If this creates an imbalance of 6 milliamps, it will trip. It is just like a GFCI breaker in a breaker panel, no different. The way you test them is disconnect the black power wire and see if they reset. If they do not reset with the black disconnected, the breaker is bad. With the black wire disconnected, there is no power flow. So it should reset if it is good.
The plug is 3-prong with the regular ground and the two others, one vertical and one horizontal. The GFCI cord for this plug is fairly expensive. Can I convert it to regular plug and change the outlet to a GFCI receptacle? Is it regular 110 or 220 volts? Should the cord and outlet be 20A?
When you posted the cord configuration, I searched for the specifications. Your unit is a AHACE 12 DCB GE registered 230-208 volt built-in room air heat/cool unit that did not show in the parts listing. So, it operates a little different than the 120 volt units. You definitely have something failed on the inside of the unit. Possibly shorted to ground or near direct short. My apologies for the miss on the voltage. See what happens if you disconnect the white wire and leave the black wire connected. This may lead to at least which line the fault is on inside the unit.
It still trips the GFCI with either white or black connected.
Thanks so much for the check. Since either line can trip the cord, it sounds like the cord to me, but in honesty, I do not want to say it is for sure. I will be glad to opt out of the question and see if there is another expert online that would commit to stating it is or not, but sometimes it does take a while, so you know the time it may take. The only way I know to prove it without a doubt is to connect something else to the cord that operates on the 220 volts or connect the unit up with a standard cord and plug as a test. Of course, if it runs with a standard cord, I do not recommend leaving it that way without the safety cord. It will be very difficult to find one of those for inline on 220 volts. Have to do some searching. I found the cord online, but they want a whopping $99 for them. Wish I could be 100% certain, but it is one of those problems that becomes difficult to isolate.
Tommy, I took apart the cord, where the GFCI is, to see what I could see. Needless to say, I did not see anything. Put the cord back together, connected the white and black, and voila, the unit works and the GFCI is not tripping. I hope it stays that way. Does this indicate to you whether it is the cord or something inside?
Okay, that sounds like the cord, because if it was something on the inside, it would not cure itself unless it was a loose connection. Any components should still be shorted if they were the cause. Something took place when you dismantled it and put it back together. Hard to say what it was, but points to the cord in my opinion.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.